The children talked over this plan and decided it was the best they could think of. Then George said she thought it would be a good thing to have a meal. They were all half-starved, and now that the worry and excitement of being rescued was over, they were feeling very hungry. They fetched some food from the little room and ate it in the cove, keeping a sharp lookout for the return of the men. After about 2 hours, they saw a big fishing smack appear in the distance and heard the chug-chug-chug of a motorboat too. "There they are," said Julian in excitement, and he jumped to his feet. "That's the ship they mean to load with the ingots and sail away in safety. And there's the motorboat bringing the men back. Quick, Dick, down the well you go. Go and hide until you hear them in the dungeons." Dick shot off. Julian turned to the others. "We'll have to hide," he said. "Now that the tide is out, we'll hide over there, behind those uncovered rocks. I don't somehow think the men will do any hunting for Dick and Anne, but they might. Come on, quick!" They all hid themselves behind the rocks and heard the motorboat come chugging into the tiny harbour. They could hear the men calling to one another. There sounded to be more than 2 men this time. Then the men left the inlet and went up the low cliffs towards the ruined castle. Julian crept behind the rocks and peeped to see what the men were doing. He felt certain they were pulling away the slabs of stone that had been piled on top of the entrance to prevent Dick and Anne going down to rescue the others. "George, come on," called Julian in a low tone. "I think the men have gone down the steps into the dungeons now. We must go and try to put the big stones back. Quick!" George, Julian and Anne ran softly and swiftly to the old courtyard of the castle. They saw that the stones had been pulled away from the entrance to the dungeons. The men had disappeared. They had plainly gone down the steps.